You have suffered minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
Alright, so apparently minor head injury is optimal to this situation of nearly escaping death. So, I am on Subnautica Adventures. I've been wanting to do this since forever, but wanted to wait till the game actually, you know, fully released. So, this planet is like 99% water.
The Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
Now there's a tiny bit of amount of holes in some of their storyline because it was kind of, it's been early access for like 2 years. So it's been kind of redone over and over. So first we got this destroyed fucking life pod. Let's see. Circuit test failure, secondary system offline, radio offline, stress signal failed, flotation device deployed, hull integrity is okay. So it is intact. Let's unlock this and see kind of where we spawned. Oh, hello, Rabbit Ray. Okay, so we have a decent spot, and actually right next to where I like building my base in this, which is like right there. So it's not a randomly generated map. It's completely set the way it is, but there's random locations to which your life pod lands. Now for most of this I'm actually gonna like play through the main story aspects. I've only gotten about, well, you can say 2/3 of the way, and then kind of just stopped because the development was off and on. First thing we need to do though, we need to get all the tools, because there's a bit of a slow point before some of the actual story aspects kick in, and then you get some of the story with finding the other life pods as well. So we need to get tools because that progresses this first part of the game.
Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
So have so much faith in me, Altera AI emergency. So you don't start out, you start out with like virtually nothing, which is actually one of the things I like about most of these survival games. It doesn't really hold your hand too much.
New creature discovered.
So I'm also going to be filling out the frickin' encyclopedia.
New creature discovered.
So
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
So through the power of science, you have this medical kit fabricator which like slowly builds bandages from nothing, apparently. So this is your fabricator. This actually does like everything for you. It's fucking 3D printer laser technology of the future. You got to love it. So first thing going to do is filter this bladderfish into some clean water and like fry the peeper.
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
Isn't that just convenient? So with the repair tool, you need crash powder, which comes from the kamikaze suicide fish, the crash fish. There's the crash fish. Alright, give me that powder. Ow.
Detecting sulfur deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
Thank you. I already knew that, but in case, you know, you didn't, it does actually tell you for you.
Oxygen.
Yes, I know. I do not have an air tank. I'm like basically holding my breath. So what's funny is you get these acid mushrooms. They are used with copper to make battery. Now, that's in earlier builds of the game, you used to be able to eat the acid mushrooms. Unfortunately, you didn't trip balls, but you can no longer eat the acid mushrooms.
New
Okay.
blueprint acquired.
So I think I needed the battery for the repair tool. I do not. I need silicone rubber. Go figure. You're gonna need approximately 4 of them to kind of start out. You can always get some more later.
New blueprint acquired.
3. Hello, Stalker. Alright, repair tool. Why poke the end of repair tool? So we'll fix the life pod.
Lifepod secondary systems online. Running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to databank.
Then repair the radio to pick up all the distress signals. Boop.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Rescue operations will be dispatched in 1,000 hours. Thanks, Aurora. I'm just gonna sit here for 1,000 hours. I am gonna go ahead and make this battery.
New blueprint acquired.
Because I need it for the scanner.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
So the reason I said you needed 4 creep vine was because you use 2 of them to make the 4 silicone rubber. Gives you the fins and the used in the repair tool. But then you can also use the other 2 for lubricant, which you will need not too long later for the vehicle bay. But then also your last silicone rubber gives you your survival knife.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Technology has advanced so far to the point where they've outlawed weapons because of a massacre on a planet. Like, that's kind of funny to think about. Alright, what happened to the lighting? It's all not. Is it nighttime? Oh yes, that's because it's nighttime. Now with the scanner, that's how you fill out your encyclopedia of things. I'm gonna scan everything! Now you actually do need the scanner to, like, learn more things to actually craft and survive. Because essentially you are cleanup crew of the crash of the Aurora just so you can survive and eventually get off the planet. The main part of this is at least getting the Sea Glide and getting my tools. So you want to find these crates because they have fragments of little things in them. What? What do you want, game? Fine, I'll cut the creep vine.
New blueprint acquired.
So these crates are scattered everywhere. Drop from the Aurora, of course, that have bits and pieces of the technology in them. Alright. High capacity air tank. Here we go. Go from 45 seconds to a minute 35. Or 135 seconds. 2 minutes underwater. I can math.
It is common for those accustomed to synthetic foods to be repulsed by eating an animal carcass. Remember that humans survived this way for millennia. You can too.
Apparently we are very picky eaters. That or the AI just knows the human race a little too well. Alright, so we got a message on the radio.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call, laying back.
This is LifePod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Don't go home without us. For reals. Alright, so one thing with all these pre-recorded distress calls is that these life pods will have technology with them most of the time. And little bits of the story like I had mentioned earlier. So we will slowly swim our way to Life Pod 3 because they'll have Sea Glide fragments. Oh wait, here's one right here. I don't even have to go all the way there. Yeah! Sea Glide fragment right here. I don't even have to go all the way to Life Pod 3. Ha! Screw you, Life Pod 3.
Data blueprint acquired.
Now we got Sea Glide.
The Sea Glide will increase your effective exploration range. For your safety, please pack supplies for long journeys and stay within 5 kilometers of the nearest life pod or habitat.
Another mobile vehicle bay fragment. I think I need one more. These things used to fucking terrify me. These giant ass peaceful creatures. They're called reefbacks, and they terrified me mostly because they're fucking huge.
Scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
So there's always like a small amount of fish swimming with the reefback. Not entirely sure why, but he's got tons of stuff to scan on him. You typically want to find these crash sites because they will have what you need, such as these sea moth fragments. But in order to make sea moth, I actually need the mobile vehicle bay still, which I do not have yet either, but I need one more fragment for that, so that is not a big deal.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Alright, so we have another tool. We got the laser cutter. Vending machine. Scan all the things. Knowledge is power
New
and
blueprint
key to
acquired.
survival. Scan fragment.
Integrating new PDA data.
Okay, last Seamoth fragment right here.
New blueprint acquired.
And what is this? This is bioreactor. Because this is an eco-friendly game, damn it. Sort of. So here's Life Pod 17. Have not
Integrating
given
new PDA data.
the distress signal from them yet.
Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached critical state. Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
Oh, propulsion cannon. Do need this as part of tool. I need one more. Is it here? No, but here is the laser cutter. So do have that. No, I don't. I need 3 of that as well. Whoops, a daisy. Okay, cargo is this one. Okay, well, definitely have the laser cutter now. Ew, it's all green and pustule. What does it say? Affected.
Integrating new PDA data.
So there's a crash site here. Can I enter this one? Let me get some air first. Jellyfish! What, stalker? What do you want? Just like a dolphin, just like bumping into me all the time. Okay, I can get in here. Compass! Yay! I can now know directions.
Blueprint acquired.
So here's the last mobile vehicle bay fragment.
New
Sweet.
blueprint acquired.
So there's actually also some doors you can repair in these little crash sites. Because I had mentioned you have to cut your way into some doors. Some you can actually... And another mobile. Mobile, okay. But, oh, this is full of fucking stuff. Alright, so we got what we needed as far as blueprints for the vehicle bay and for the sea moth. So let us go. I think I have gathered enough materials to create them as well. We shall see. Oh, I got another message.
Land pre-recorded distress call.
This is Ozzy from the cafeteria. What the hell, guys? They didn't warn us this might happen. Our pod was almost crushed by the Seamoth Bay on the way down. Now we're hanging on the edge of a cave system, and this grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull. Come get us already.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
So that was actually LifePod 17 where I was just at. That's... I may have done that out of order, but not on purpose.
Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
Yeah, uniform muscle development. Of course swimming is my favorite activity. I'm trapped on a planet that is 99% water.
Emergency. A quantum detonation has occurred in
ooh.
the Aurora's drive core. The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. New blueprint acquired. For your convenience, the radiation suit has been added to your blueprint database.
That is always the most epic thing to look at. Did not know I swam past my life pod. Okay, got the radiation suit. We will need that for the next part that I am planning for. So it gives you the helmet, the suit, and the gloves. So now you're completely protected from radiation despite, you know, your feet not exactly. I mean, I guess those are just the fins, but whatever. Mobile vehicle bay. Getting that progress going. Oh no, my sea glide died. Rip. Alright, sea moth.
The sea moth is a fast, safe mode of transport, but remember that swimming is good for your glutes and endorphin levels.
If you've already forgotten, I've exceeded my quotient 500%. You had mentioned that earlier.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, so this thing's got a depth of 200 meters. I have full oxygen inside this thing. So what I am going to do, I already know I don't need to see LifePod 3 anymore. I am going towards LifePod 17 because that's where that crash was at. Because I have just a couple more tools to get. Let us explore. Let's see, was there anything in here I can scan? No. Alright, what do we got in here? We got a bunch of mobile vehicle bays. Some water, I actually didn't need that. Let's get to this corrupted data terminal. Ooh, a modification station.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Alright, we do need the battery charger fragment. More mobile vehicle bay. Oh, here we go. It did need the propulsion. So that was the main tool I needed before we go into the Aurora. Everything else, we already got the cutter, and that is fine. Alright, more water. This is the cutter. Everything else we can get later. The propulsion cannon was the main thing. I was hoping for more battery and modification fragments, but there doesn't seem to be in this particular crash site that I could tell. Wait. Oh, there it is. Battery charger barely clipped through underneath. Sweet. So, battery, 78% charged. Used battery in part of recipe for new tool. And it's got 100% power. Okay, so this is basically a gravity gun. This makes things ridiculously easy to... That was creepy looking. Easy to pick up and drag to you. Because look, whoop. What's the best too is you can use it and just fucking launch things. Oh yeah, there you go. Fish cannon. Bye, peeper. Can't even see. Just launch it out of existence. But that uses a lot of power, so I probably should stop playing with that. There's also another... What? Stop it! Also another crash site here. Where are all the chunks at?
Warning, maximum depth
Shit.
reached.
That's
Hull
right.
damage imminent.
Erosion patterns on the land masses suspended here suggest
Oh
they
my god,
floated
leave
on
me
the
alone.
surface.
You're gonna destroy my frickin' Seamoth.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Repair this thing before it frickin' dies. Christ, man.
Remember that materials you gather are the property of the All-Terra Corporation. You will be liable to reimburse the full market price. Your current bill stands at 3 million credits.
Oh my god. That would be the most annoying thing. Like, oh yeah, congratulations surviving and escaping the planet. Now owe us the money that your little PDA recorded you picking up all the materials you used to survive. It's like, oh, thanks. You know, I wanted to come home and be in debt.
Aurora, this is Sunbeam again. We just picked up a massive debris field at your location. I didn't know how many of you... I didn't know. We're now en route to your location. We're gonna bring you home. Sunbeam out. What else can I say? The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in VR. And I blew it. It's a bad option, all right, but so are all the others.
What's my other message?
A partially translated broadcast.
9 new biological subjects designated. Mode. Hunting. Analyzing. Sharing subject locations with other agents.
God, that is so unsettling. Yeah, the voiceover. They didn't used to have this many voiceovers for hardly anything, but now they've like added voiceovers for everything. So, on that note, I am going to top everything off. Get ready to explore the Aurora. Alright, I have stored everything away except for some spare water. I got all my necessary tools to go through and clear out the Aurora. So that is what we will be doing on the second part through this adventure of Subnautica. I will see you guys then.